and welcome to ESC Fan TV. Let's say hello to our panellists. Hello, Donna. She's up there. Oh.
Hello. Yes, I'm hiding in the corner. Look. Hello. Nice to see everyone again.
Hi. Hello, Aline.
Hello.
Hello, Mick.
Good evening, everybody. Good to be here.
Hello, Brendan. Yeah, that's enough. Hello, Brendan.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Hello, Thomas.
Hello, good evening from Denmark.
Brilliant. And now that we've met all our panellists, let's get straight to it. Here are the Ukraine finalists. That was an eclectic mix, wasn't it? Brendan, what do you think? You're on mute.
Whoops. Yeah, very typical Ukrainian entries. Doing all right. Okay, 11 different songs, but I thought they were all very similar. Only one I thought wasn't typical of a Ukrainian entry. Melvin for me was the one I preferred. I think he's a very good performer and very doing a total strong song. But obviously did not do it. Anchor, it just seems to be a very Shum/Stephanie mix, really in the middle of the pair of them, but they're all having good fun, and I really thought that Ukraine actually might go with that one. They seem to like that, so. And I think the other one that jumped out for me was Aliona and Jerry, which isn't on there, was it? Am I allowed to talk about that one?
No, not
anyway.
Not yet, Brendan. No, in a minute. We'll do it in a minute.
There we are. Best you move on.
Thank you very much, Brendan. Donna, what do you think?
Oh, the sort of best of the rest. I thought it was a great contest, actually. Vidbeer always has quite a high standard, no matter what the conditions. And it was nice to see they didn't really have to use the bunker this time, apart from when they attempted to do the live results. And then we had to get them in a TV studio again this afternoon. But yeah, I thought it was a good eclectic mix. One that I really didn't like was, is it Nahaba? As much as I like a good rock metal sound, this one was a bit too one note for me. And yeah, I suppose it showed the desperation of a couple torn apart by war and things like that. But no, it was just too much of a scream fest. So I wasn't really that keen on that one.
Yeah, they were definitely torn apart by something. I'm not sure what it was, but
apparently it wasn't tattoo, and everybody got very offended by that comment when Verka said it. So that was quite hilarious. Ones I did like, though, there was actually quite a few. I was really kind of spoilt for choice. There was the obligatory witchy element from Zagady, although I did think they looked a bit like, the stereotypical style of Norse hag with all the cloak and the kind of witchy ethereal harmonies and things they were doing. I liked it. It was good fun.
Norse hag. I need that. Yeah, I need that to be.
Thomas might say differently. What's the other one that I quite liked? Oh yeah, Zifferblatt. I'm gonna give them some love. Yeah, they were the jury favourites. And I thought that could actually do quite well if it had a restaging. Somebody said that the little blocks that they used are actually probably not helping his concentration, the lead singer, when he was going up them and coming down them, and it was affecting his vocal a little bit as well. So with a bit of restaging, I think, you know, it could have a good potential. I liked its Beatles-esque sound. But then at the same time, if that one went to Eurovision, it could have done just as bad as True X, you know. Who knows? It didn't get through anyway, so that was some of my favourites.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Donna. Thomas, tell us about this hag.
Yeah, there were some good songs in this selection in Ukraine. Some good ones and some bad ones. I actually had Donna in my mind when I watched Revo because he could definitely participate in the Sanremo contest. I thought it sounded very Italian Sanremo-ish, so I think he could participate there next year perhaps. I also liked, what's what I like? Zifferblatt also, some Beatles vibe. Even though I thought he looked like a villain from the James Bond movie, but it was a good performance. My favorite of the finalists were Skylar. Yes, she has withdrawn from the contest, but I think that was a very good performance. Amazing singer, beautiful woman. It could definitely have got some votes there also. Melowin. It was okay. I liked Anchor. Yeah, it was a good selection.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Thomas. Phil, what do you think? Oh, just on the Skylar thing. On the Skylar thing, Skylar did try to withdraw, but they said, no, you can't now. You're not allowed. You sang. You have to stick it out and see what happens. She wasn't allowed to withdraw. That's neither here nor there now.
Right. I thought, as everyone said, there was a great selection of songs. There's quite a lot of la la la's though. I mean, there's a song that's called La La La. One was called Pa La La with the occasional woohoo in it. I quite like Slavic English, Nazva. That was bonkers, but it was fun. I think, as everyone said, you know, My Lovin', that was a class one. I would have liked to see My Lovin' back, but I also liked
calling him McLovin.
McLovin, yeah, McLovin off of Superman. And Yagodi with Tsunami. We got accordions, you got kettle drums, weird masks, strange instruments. That was my kind of bonkers. Nahaba was a bit too bonkers even for me, I think. But yeah. Oh no, it was a good selection.
Yeah, Nahaba was just too much on the mental side. I mean, we like mental, but not quite this mental. I like Melvin. I thought it was brilliant. That dance track. Can you imagine being in the club and then that comes on? You go, yeah, it's Melvin, and away you go. I think he looked fantastic. He sang brilliantly. I think he was proper done over. I really, really do. Mick, do you think Melvin was done over?
He was certainly the dark horse of the competition. I thought, and if anybody was going to give the eventual winner a run for the money, I thought it was going to be Melvin for sure. That was the surprise, because when I saw the video, I wasn't really that taken with the song, but certainly live it was really, really good. So yeah. But what I liked was the brutality of the jury, you know, giving out their opinions. And in that light, my worst one was Slavic English. It's my first 0 point of the season. It was just awful.
Somebody's not going to make the highlights reel.
But it was just awful. I gave it 1 for the video, and then live I gave it a 0. It was just no. So thank you, Andre. You know, also Verka for his I was just bored with it. And the other one was Drivo. I've got pub singer boy. I did not understand a single word he said. And it was like a pub singer. You know.
Oh, sorry, Mick. How did he go?
I'm not repeating it. But yeah. Oh, gosh. But yeah, those were the bad ones for me.
Oh, well, thank you for those opinions, Mick. It's a shame that those are your opinions, because we've enjoyed having you on the show. Eileen, you can spread some lightness where there is darkness.
Yes, hopefully. First of all, Phil is taking the words out of my mouth with all the la la la's. I was like, what in the Spain or la 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 world is going on? Like, use a la 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 and we have a song. Otherwise, just like Melovin. I really liked him last time at Eurovision. Now I wrote, nice shirt, nice try, good luck next time. So I don't know if that's a lot of lights, but I really liked his shirt though. And the place I call home, I was just too distracted by the skin color and the hair color. It was just one piece. So maybe there was too much light on him because it was like flat. That are actually my notes, as good as it gets.
Well, I don't know what's going on anymore. Thank you very much, Eileen. Let's just go back quickly to Donna, who so graciously sat through all last night's events, and then they went, "No, we're not going to give you a result tonight. Might give it you tomorrow. Let's have a see."
Yeah.
Because the live show that we thought was live, that we were watching, was actually pre-recorded the day before for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But then when it came to the actual result, there were technical issues. So it couldn't be done on the night. So they left it until tonight. And then what happened, Donna?
It was a bit last minute trying to get videos and various things together, and they strung it out so long. And it was more chatting with some of the artists again. Oh, God. We'll be going live before we actually get the result for Vidbeer. They split it up into two votes. They got the jury vote and the televote. I'm not sure what the weighting was, whether it was 50-50 or not. I'm not sure. But we got the jury first, and yeah, it was all in Ukrainian, so we had to just bear with it and see what happened. And yeah, some surprise results there, but we got Aliona and Jerry Hale as the winners in the end, which for once I think we're the fan favourites going in, so that's a first.
Oh, brilliant, Donna. Let's have a look at Aliona and Jerry Hale. No, have a look at me instead. Short and sweet. So it's Aliona and Jerry Hale with Teresa and Maria. Now on the night, Jamala didn't like it because of the religious aspect about it, and she thought, oh, that might be a bit, and I think that made people pick up the phone and go, oh, we're having none of that, Jamala. You look what we can do. So I think that sort of sorted it when Jamala put her foot down, and then I think one of the other judges said, well, I'm not religious, blah blah blah, and everyone went, do you know what, we are going to teach you a lesson. And they actually did teach them a lesson. But Jerry Hale is, I think it's, which one's the rapper? Aliona. Sorry, I'm terribly sorry, Aliona. She's on Def Jam Records in Poland, which I was surprised to hear about. So that's pretty cool. So let's go to Mick. What do you think about the winner?
Well, I think it was the most professional song of the night, and certainly I do like the kind of melody in it. I'm afraid rap is not the genre that really floats my boat. So when she started singing, I was kind of, oh God. But overall, it wasn't too bad. It fitted in with Jerry's singing quite well, really. And I think overall, the Ukrainian public, salvage something from the sabotage by the juries, I think.
Where do you think it'll come? Do you think it's a top 10?
Yeah, I think like most Ukrainian songs, it will qualify. I think actually I think it'll probably be like 10 to 15. It'll be outside the top 10.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Mick. Brendan, what did you think of Aliona, and Jerry Hale?
So yeah, I believe it was, as Mick said, it was definitely the most professional performance. However, again, rap's not my cup of tea, and I didn't feel that it worked well with the pair of them together. I just think it was a whole lot of hype, unfortunately. Fair enough, they've won, they've deserved it. Again, though, I think as Mick said, they'll qualify, but I think they'll be in the bottom 10. I think this is going to be a bad Ukrainian year.
Well, brilliant. Thank you very much for that, Brendan. And also, did you know that there's a rag hanging out behind you on the fish tank?
Yes, deliberate. That's all I've got.
Oh, Phil, what do you think?
I like the song. It's a good song. It wasn't my favourite, but it's a good song. The Teresa and Maria in the title apparently are Mother Teresa and the Virgin Mary, so that's the religious aspect. It's definitely got a Ukrainian sort of folky tinge to it. It's very Ukrainian. It'll stand out. It's not one of the, it's not going to be a bland song that everyone forgets. So yeah, I think it'll do okay.
I really enjoyed it, but there was 30 seconds of La La La's at the end of it with some mad dancing, which seems, is that fair? Should there be a rule where at least every 20 seconds you have to say a word to stop them doing it?
You think they should ration the La La's?
Yeah, but it is very Ukrainian to have quite a long sort of finish on it like that with the La La's. Anyway, let's go to Eileen. Eileen, what do you think of Aliona and Jerry Hale?
Well, it was my favorite of the whole selection. So it was actually a shock for me that they won, because this year, none of my favorites have won their national selections. So I was like, oh, take my money, it's all good. Because it was a disappointed night last night.
Sorry about that. We're as professional as ever. Sorry, Phil was adjusting his chair, so he had to mute us because it's quite squeaky. Thomas, what do you think?
I think it was a well-deserved winner. Maybe not my top favorite of the evening, but definitely up there. I really liked the mix between the traditional sound and the rap part. I think they were both great singers, great performers. Only thing lacking for me is the connection between the two women. They could do better than that, and hopefully they can practice some more before Malmö. But yeah, I think there will another qualifier, of course, for Ukraine. Where they're gonna end up in Malmö, I think it's difficult to say when we don't know all the other participants yet. But I think it will be another very decent result for Ukraine. So again, well done, Ukraine.
Thank you very much, Thomas. Donna, what do you think?
Yeah, I actually like this one. Again, I'm known for not really liking auto-tune much and not really liking rap stuff in Eurovision songs. But I think that's probably because I've not found the right song to really make me go, that's how it should be used. And actually, this one I feel is a nice little introduction to the sort of rap, softer, slower rap genre. Anyway, and it could do quite well. There was, I think, the jury has mentioned at one point the engagement between the two, and I think you've just mentioned it as well, Brendan. That they don't have that kind of. There doesn't seem to be much of a relationship going on that is really presented to the audience in a way that makes the song gel well, if that makes sense. So the visual presentation needs to be worked on, but the song is definitely there, and it's a good vibe. It's a nice Nice melody with it. Yeah, I like it. Let's have a look. I think it was a TikTok favorite as well before going in as well, so that could stand it in good stead. Yeah, so we'll see. There's room for improvement anyway, so, and there's plenty of time. So how it'll do, we'll just have to wait and see.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Donna. When you were saying about like the disconnect between the two ladies that are on there, I think Verka, Mick will know this because he listened to every word that everyone said. But I think Verka mentioned the disconnect between the two, and that the staging would have to be sorted, and that Jerry Heil needs to listen and work out where Aliona is on the stage at the time and work around it and be more aware of where they both are. Is that that's what I got from it, Mick? Is that what you got from Verka?
Yeah. That's it.
Cheers, mate. Oh, I thought we'd have a little discussion about that.
You said it all. I can't add anything to it.
Oh, right. Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Whatever Verka says is truth. Pravda, I think they're saying a lot about that.
Brilliant. So I think there will, when they get to Eurovision, the staging will be different, the lighting will be different. They'll have a proper choreographer, because obviously they're in a war zone. I mean, how many choreographers are just lying around in Ukraine going, oh, do you know what? I could do with a bit of work at Eurovision. They're going to struggle, aren't they? So I think when they get there, the Swedes will take over and go, right, you need to do this, and this. And they'll go, right, brilliant. And it'll be something completely different that we haven't seen.
Plus there'll be extra camera work there as well, which will fit in. I think, the way it's staged with the camera work, they'll be able to go in and out a lot easier than obviously in the studio in Ukraine.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the staging, the Swedes are so good at this. They're not gonna mess anybody about or do it wrong. So what should we go with? Shall we go with, do you think this is going to trouble the top 10 at Eurovision? Should we go thumbs up, thumbs down? Oh, yeah. Ooh. Should we do the quick thumbs up, thumbs down? Do you think the right song won? Yeah, that's a resounding, well, it's not often we get a resounding yes, but that's a resounding yes. So that concludes the Ukrainian portion of our evening. Let's move on to Lithuania, and we'll have a look at who qualified for them. We won't, he's messing about.
Rain falling down, heaven cries, I close my eyes, I pray my Lord on soul, I'm taking Polaroid photos.
So there we have it. They were Il Senso with Time and Monica, Unlove You, starting tomorrow. Now, the non-qualifiers were Agne, Puppeteer, Kasparas, Fool, Villager, Save Me, Danielle, Cold Shower, Martin Jigsaw. Now, Martin Jigsaw, if you haven't seen this, you need to go go after our two shows to YouTube and watch it, because it is the most bonkers thing I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen a lot on Eurovision, but this is right at the top. Then we had Hanson over Dragons and Rainbows, and unfortunately they didn't qualify. So Il Senso, Phil, kick us off. What did you think?
Il Senso, it was all right. It was probably one of the better ones of the night. I thought they all looked like the villains off of Superman 2, with General Zod and all that.
Finally, there's one for the youth, because that qualifies.
Oh dear. But yeah, it was good. I don't know if it was my cup of tea though. I kind of feel with Lithuania, I'm sort of waiting for next week and the route coming on.
What did you think of Monica?
Monica, I thought she goes on a bit. She done half moan, didn't she? Crikey. I don't know what she's singing about, but I think he dodged a bullet, to be honest. Not my cup of tea, sorry.
I just put a bit country, a bit rubbish. And I was like, the Il Senso thing, it was, what was going on? It was like some weird Are they prisoners? And this is some sort of code for us to go and help them. Were they summoning us for help?
Well, they were prisoners from the planet Krypton till they landed on Earth.
You're,
As I said.
you're an absolute arsehole. Nobody gets that, and don't even bother googling it. It's pointless. So they're doing a stupid thing with the hand, and then it looked like they were going and look to the left now, and then back quickly, and then go, and it was seen too regimental, and I found it it didn't flow naturally. It was all artificial, the dancing, and I wasn't keen on it at all. Oh, it's not. Let's go to Eileen. What do you think, Eileen?
I have a lot of thoughts, but I forgot which one we're talking about.
Lithuania.
That's all
Yeah,
right.
I know. I have my notes here, but I forgot.
Do you know what? We'll come back to you. It's fine.
Yeah, great.
go
I
to-
just only wrote the titles. So
That's fine. You sort yourself out. We'll go to
I'm as
Mick.
professional as ever.
Of course you are. We'll go to Mick. Nobody notices. We'll cut it out.
Yeah, Il Senso. Yeah, I think they were kind of miming, "Come help us," come and save us, come and rescue us, or something. But they're certainly not Il Volo, are they? That's for sure. And yeah, the other one, Monica, starting tomorrow. I wish she had.
Thank you very much for that, Mick. Even though we could do with stringing it out a bit longer. That's brilliant.
I could talk about the one
appreciate
that I did like, which didn't.
Of course you can, yeah.
Yeah, go on. Yeah. Of course you can. Yeah.
And that was like you, as you said, the bonkers one, Martin Jigsaw. Absolutely wonderful. So I didn't like the song, but I loved the performance.
If that would have won, me and Phil would be sat here with cardboard boxes on our head.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll never look at a cereal box again in the same way. It was much
thank
better
you
than
very
Slavic
much,
English, that's for sure.
Oh, well, don't start again with that. Thank you very much, Mick. Brendan, what did you think of the two qualifiers?
I think the best two did go through. Il Senso, I really like the melodies. I felt the song did build very well. And the combinations of the four people's voices really did complement each other very well. It created something very unique. But yes, as everybody else said, staging really needs looking at if they were to get there. It really doesn't work for me. It's either they've got vertigo or they were on a boat. I really can't work it out. Back and forth. However, as I said, the song draws you in, so I think it was deserved to go through. Monica, this is like the fourth time she's entered, isn't it? To try and get there. It was a nice country vibe. Very good voice. I think the song's a grower. But again, I just don't think it's for Eurovision. Overall, the show, I think the quality has stepped up from the other heats. However, I just feel like everything's leading us to a Roop victory before we even get there. It just seems it's just stepping in that direction. They've just filled a lot of gaps, unfortunately.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brendan, for that. Donna, what do you think of the two qualies?
Well, I thought the right two did go through, although this was my favourite heat of the whole lot so far. I absolutely loved it. And the Jigsaw one, well, for a start, Martin is female. And yeah, that's bonkers. The whole thing is bonkers. And it will be a trigger song, just to warn anybody. If anybody is at all thinking of suicide or in a low point in their life, just don't listen to it.
I thought you meant
one of those songs.
I thought you meant whoever's triggered by cardboard boxes.
Well, there's that as well, because there's plenty of those. But yeah, it's a bonkers performance. Yeah, I can't quite make it out. But the two that did go through, I really did like. Il Senso was fantastic. Yeah, it's no Il Volo, as Mick said, but they have a different kind of quality in their voice. It's obviously operatic is their background, but I would say it's more like an operatic ABBA in a sense. The visuals that were going on behind them really worked well. It's musically, it played with so many different sort of rhythms, and you've got that kind of tick 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 beat in the background of clocks, which would always bring you back to the kind of chorus, which was, you've got the kalush sway going on. It felt safe. It was a beautiful melody, and you've got the pendulum swing going on. So there was lots of metaphor playing with it, and yes, absolutely loved it. That one I hope will do quite well in the final. It felt more prepared than most that we've seen so far. And then Monica as well. Well, she's done it how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4 times so far. And she's learnt a lot, I think, from the first ones, judging by the look of them I saw earlier. Country's definitely her thing. And it's nice to see the country style coming back again each year. It seems to be something that's forever just skirting in the charts, and obviously is of interest to people. That's why it keeps coming back. The bit we didn't see in the VT, because we haven't got the time available, do go and watch it, because her video is beautiful. It looks just like a music video, as what my comment said earlier. She starts off in a chair, and then in the background you've got this like sort of house effect, you know, with like dank wallpaper and stuff going on. And then it's not only when she sort of gets up that you get this really theatrical lighting working with her, and she acts it quite well as well. So I'm going to give everything a bit of love this week. You're all moaners, you lot. You really are.
That's so nice, Donna. That's so lovely.
No, honestly,
so lovely.
I thought the presentation of it, even if you didn't like the genre as such, worked so well. And these ones were very much more thought out for the bigger stage. So, yeah, they definitely deserve to be there.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Donna. Aline, yay or nay?
You're on mute.
You're on mute. Yeah. Right, I tell you what then. Let's go to Thomas.
No, she's there. She's
Oh,
there.
yeah,
Oh,
but
she's
she's
in
still
mute.
on mute.
There, not now.
Yay! No, she's still on mute.
Right, I keep on muting her.
Well, she's still on mute.
Oh, she's muted herself.
Right, let's go to Thomas.
Right, Thomas.
I just want to copy paste everything Donna just said. I couldn't agree more. I only listened to the 2 qualifiers, not the 6 others. But when I heard Il Senso, my first thought, is this Lithuania? Have I tuned in on the wrong song? It was beautiful. What a vocals those 4 had! Amazing voices. I really liked it. And Monica, yeah, staging, wow, perfect, amazing, beautiful, vocal on spot. The lighting, when it looked like a sunrise or sunset, it's just amazing. And yeah, it could very well be the 3rd time in a row with a Monica from Lithuania. I think the group next week really had to up their game to compete against those 2 from this selection here, from this heat. I think it was the best 2 so far from Lithuania. Yeah, the group has it up for the game.
Thank you very much, Thomas. That's very good. So, with what everybody said, I think Brendan said that Monica was a grower. What do you think about that at Eurovision? Do you think a grower works well or not?
I think it does.
Yeah, you think it's heard enough by the general public that they'll vote?
I think that's where the fan bases come in. I think obviously they never overtake the voting. However, I think it'll just help it on its way enough.
Yeah, do you think with the likes of social media, if somebody hears it a few times, they go, "Oh," and then it'll spread that sort of way?
Obviously, I believe so. I believe in the way technology is these days. I believe that even little 10-second clips, 30 seconds clips of that song in the background is the same with oh goodness, what is it? The Armenian song.
Well, yeah.
How have I forgotten it? I don't know. But in the fact that it just everybody knows it without actually knowing where it came from, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a very good point. And does anybody think country it sometimes does well at Eurovision? I mean, was it the Netherlands that came second the other year?
Common Lyrics.
With a country song. You don't tend to get many country songs. Do you think that's why they tend to do well at Eurovision?
There's a few that seem to come through the national finals. Let's say they may not have had their day yet, but Stefan's Hope as well did quite well and gained a lot of following. So Common Linnets obviously had the best crack at it coming second. And MGP, as it's coming up, we'll talk about the one that's in that. That one had very good potential as well. So it's ever present. It will have its day, I think.
So you think quite soon we could have a country winner at Eurovision?
Oh, we could do. It's a never say never. I mean, we've had Måneskin win for the metal genre, and we never really thought that would ever, really like metal would take off and be a winner. So yeah, anything's possible.
Well, thank you very much. Let's see. Do we think Il Senso or Monica will represent Lithuania with the others that we've heard so far? Oh, it's all over the place. I don't know. I'm not adding that up. So it's a neither here nor there. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll have to wait a few weeks to find out. So after Lithuania, we've got MGP Norway. So we'll go with, I don't know, what is it, Phil? Non-qualies.
Hurry up, 'cause the roof is coming down. Save me now. We crawl around your houses, we come alive. We live under your beds, we come alive. Are we missing all the flowers in the hair makes me tremble. My superhero rock, my superhero robot body, dee-dee-dee-dum, bum, body, dee-dee-dee-dum.
So there we had Kino, Kano, Kano with Damn Diggada and Princess Save Me, Goth Minister We Come Alive, Ingrid Jasmine Aya, Mia Green Lights, Margaret Berger Oblivion, Anandag Eric, Judge Tenderly of Me, Super Robin Eric Norwich My AI. So there we have. They're the ones that unfortunately didn't win. So let's go to Eileen. We'll make up for what we did in the last round because I forgot our conversation before we started. Eileen, what did you think?
Hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you now. Yes, it's fine.
Yeah. Eileen, what did you think of the ones that didn't make it?
Yeah, like kind of, yeah. Even though I'm still not over the last time with Monument, was it? Like,
Yes.
I would have loved if they won. Mia with Green Lights, it was more a grower this time. Otherwise, just God Minister, like I loved it, but I think he did his staging maybe wrong. And otherwise, just like the other ones were like, they were okay, but like kind of like I was just shocked they didn't win. I'm not gonna talk about the other one just yet because I know we're gonna talk about it later. But like, oh, it was so disappointing. Like, oh. But I'm sure the other ones will talk about it more than I will. But yeah, what a shock of the evening.
Well, it wasn't really, because me and Stu were arguing in the private chat about it, and we were saying this was always going to happen, Aline. Get over it. Thomas, what do you think? Hang on, go on, Phil. Phil, quick,
I
Phil.
know,
Phil's
sorry.
broken it.
There we go.
Thomas.
Yeah, Kano. It was a very, very good opener for the party. I just love it when the song, when the box opened and Tom and Fred comes out and the song really kicks off. So I think it's a good start. Do I love it? No. Do I like it? Yes. Was it my winner? No. And Princess saved me. I was bored to death. I caught myself grabbing for my phone, and that's never a good sign. Golf Minister, yeah, that's my favorite for the evening. I really liked his dark voice, the dark staging, so where you can interpret it, the staging from now to forever. It was really, really good. Ingrid Jasmine, Aya, yeah, again, bored to death. Mia, I really like it. I really like her voice. The staging, her alone, and all the green lights, yeah, I think it's very good. Margaret Berger, yeah, it's a radio-friendly middle of the song road, doesn't offend anyone. The surprise of the evening for me was Dag Erik and Anne. It was surprising for me that they did so well. It was beautifully sung, beautifully staged. We mentioned Common Linens earlier, and that's definitely Common Linens inspired. The connection between those two were amazing. The smiles, the way they smiled to each other was just, yeah, you couldn't help smiling yourself. So yeah, a good bunch of songs.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Thomas. So we'll go next. I forgot to mention as well that Super Rob and Erica Norwich, Phil found out that Super Rob was actually Gauta from Subwoofer. He was put down as what was it, an artist on stage, but for the song credit he was Super Rob. So somebody somewhere made a bit of an error by including that in him. So what do you think, Phil?
I know everyone was shocked about Kano, and it was a great opener to the show. I think it was a good song, but it wasn't the best, and I don't think it was the best of the night. I'm sorry, Kano fans.
Sorry, Brendan.
Yeah.
How hard did we laugh?
Only a little bit, to be fair. I thought Anne Princess was a bit generic, quite a bit of whistling going on.
Yeah, there was whistling, but you know what? I thought there was something quite nice about it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice sort of change of pace, and she sang it really well. I really enjoyed Anne Princess.
Oh, Goth Minister! Everyone loves Goth Minister. It was like Electronic Sisters of Mercy.
God, there's one for the youth.
Hey, I think it was better. It was better last night rather than in the semis, to be honest. Ingrid Jasmine, Yasmin, a lot of da-da-das in the start. It was nice Middle Eastern sound, but I thought it lacked a bit of oomph.
Yeah.
And Mia, Green Lights, was okay. For me, it was a little bit generic, and I thought she was a bit iffy with some of the high notes.
Did anybody think it was a bit odd that she was stood there sort of randomly dancing like she was on her own? It just seemed odd. It was a bit Jessica Malboy, but not quite as obvious because of the lighting. But
it was fine at the beginning, and then all of a sudden the beats kicked in, and then all of a sudden she's like dancing around like a loony on the stage.
Yeah, that's how I imagine I look when I dance.
Margaret Berger, Oblivion. I thought it sounded a bit Björk at the start. But the chorus was a bit ordinary. Needed a bit more staging.
Do you think Margaret Berger would have done better if she wasn't dressed for an office party? Is the question.
Yeah.
I thought she would have done better, but it was how they looked. I like the staging, just not the outfits. The outfits were rubbish. If you'd have rolled her in glitter, she'd have won.
I'm gonna say I didn't like Dag, Eric, and Anne because I'm not keen on that style of country music. It was a bit boring for me. Sorry.
I haven't got my glasses on, but I think, oh no, I bet it's a lovely, sweet song. They sang it well. It was sweet. It was nice. You're so heartless.
I am. And Super Rob and Eric and Norwich with My AI. Oh, that was a great bundle of fun. It was great. I loved it. It was never going to go anywhere, but it was brilliant.
It was, even as a joke song, it was rubbish.
It was no subwoofer.
No, it wasn't. Mick, what do you think, Mick?
Well, certainly with Gothminster, I'm never going to sleep soundly ever again. I'll be checking under my bed, every time I go upstairs. But I like that one. I liked it in the semis, and I thought it'd do well in the final, and it was certainly in my top three. I think there. I think the one that did surprise me. And I thought Margaret actually did improve from the semis to the final. And I quite liked her in the final, even if she was off to the office party. Even though country's not my cup of tea, I was surprised by Dag, Eric and Anne. I thought that was a sweet song. And I'm glad it did do well, in the voting. And I'm so glad that Super Rob didn't come anywhere in the voting. At the beginning, it was looking, like, oh my God, they were getting the points, and it's like, oh God, no, please don't send that. That's awful. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine, Mick. It's fine. You're with friends. It's all right. It's fine. Brendan, in 10 words or less, tell us what you thought of this.
10 words or less? I'm going to work backwards. So, Anne Princess, as previous, I think it's very generic. She has a lovely voice, but again, I was tempted to pick up the phone. I got very bored. The staging looks interesting, but again, just too dark, and it probably deserved last. Ingrid. I think it deserved the 8th place it got. Previously, I really liked it, but in the final, I was just lost. I didn't understand. It didn't fit for me. Again, the outfits weren't my cup of tea. It was a bit daft. It seems more like a Greek or Cypriot entry. It doesn't fit for Norway in my eyes. It was a bit enters for the wrong country. Margaret Berger. Now, I like the song. I agree with the outfits. It's a bit office based, but obviously she has a fantastic voice. It's a big name, and very clever staging. Obviously with the little podiums, but as a whole, I think the title. If you alter the title slightly, she was lost in oblivion. In the voting, it was not liked, was it? And obviously Mia. I really, really like that song, Green Lights, real grower, very likable. It's the only thing I disliked about it was her dancing. Again, I think she needed backing dancers. It's just a bit of a flinging herself around the place for a bit of fun. But still, a very, very lovely song. Then we go over to Eric and Anne. Again, as we said, common Lynette's-esque. The fantastic voice, they seem to have hit every note. But it just wasn't quite there. It was very sweet how they were obviously looking at each other, and it was very almost like they lost in their own little world. However, it didn't do obviously very well. Gothminister obviously got the 12 points from the jury in Sweden. I love Gothminister. All right, it's the same 2 sentences, but we all got to enjoy it a little bit, eh? And obviously he's a dentist or something like that, isn't he? So he's done well for himself. Then third, Super Rob and Erica. I'm not surprised it was a Gaute. I thought it might be Ben in the robot, but the only thing I'll point out with that one was did anyone notice how much she was concentrating while she was singing? In the semi, she was very fun, jumpy, and obviously her vocals are off, but she seemed to not be having so much fun this time, and she was really concentrating throughout. You can see she was making sure, and even after then, she was waiting for almost the haters to come after her, which is a shame, really, because I really loved that song. It was so catchy. If that went to the Kano, I wouldn't be as disappointed as I am. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. And yeah, that brings me to the disappointing thing that was Kano in second.
I'm sorry,
Again,
but that's all we've got time for at the moment. No,
I
kidding.
thought you might say that one.
I'm kidding.
I'll get Sean after you. Yeah, again, the staging was amazing, so clever. The only thing I did pick up on is she did not hit her note, which is so depressing to witness. She's so amazing as a singer, Alexandra. But they were all enjoying themselves, and the chemistry between the three of them is just brilliant. And I really hope that's not the end of Kano. I hope they do come back again. Maybe they need to step back again and go on a couple of tours to get their love back for it. But it was very painful to watch them on the stage in the end, in the back, trying to be happy for Gate, but it's very hard for them, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And quite frankly, we're all just waiting till Alexandra goes solo. It's only a matter of time, people. You heard it here first. Donna, can you do this in less than 30 seconds? Because we've got 9 minutes till the next show.
No, but I'll give it a go.
2 or 3. Pick 2 or 3.
Right. Okay. I'll not bore you with everything else that I was thinking about. Erica and Super Rob. I don't know if anyone else noticed, but she was auto-tuned to heck with her voice this time. And I don't know if it's because of all the hate she was getting that she was feeling the need to do this. She wasn't enjoying herself at all. She was so rigid in the whole performance, which was a bit of a shame. Not my favourite anyway, so I'm glad it didn't win. Goth Minister, they fixed his hat. It wasn't wobbly this time. And for those who are my age, who used to watch children's ITV channel, he looks like Lord Fear. It took me all this time to realise, but that's where he got his inspiration from, clearly. Nightmare fans, go check it out. Definitely one for the youth. Dag Eric and Anne, again, flawless. And if you like that kind of country sound, it's great. Really, really good track. Yeah, the drawback is because it's a duet and the way they staged it will forever be compared to the Common Linnets, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, Goth Minister and Dag were my 2 favourite runners-up. And they are definitely going on a playlist.
Well, thank you very much, Donna. Now, quick, let's have a look at the winner. I'm gonna keep us all big and just go around the room. So, Aline, what did you think of the winner of
I think it was like I forgot the word, a weaker version of Within Temptation.
Yeah,
and
it was diluted.
Yes, diluted version of Within Temptation. And for the love of my life, I can't remember the song after I hear it. So I don't know. Go to the next.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Mick, quickly, what did you think of Gota?
Well, as a presenter on another TV show, will say, fabulous.
Thank you very much, Mick. Thomas, what did you think of Gota?
A well-deserved winner. Finally, Scandinavian country sending a song in the native language. Well done.
Brilliant. Brendan, what did you think of Gota?
Well done to them. Not my favourite, but well done. I'm sure they do well in Malmö.
Lovely. Thank you, Brendan. Donna, what did you think of Gota?
Absolutely fantastic. And nobody would have known that they'd have had to rewrite some of those lyrics because of plagiarism issues. Whether they get to do that again, I don't know. But fabulous. We like a wailing woman on a turntable.
Oh, yes, we do. Phil, do you like a wailing woman? Well, obviously, does he's married to me.
Hey! That's moaning, that's different.
I wasn't sure there were any words in this. But that's brilliant. Phil likes it. I like it. Everybody likes it. It's a thumbs up. It's brilliant. Is it going to be top 10 in Malmö? Everybody quick. Fantastic. Apart from Mick, you don't count, and Brendan. That's brilliant.
Arena's not sure.
Oh, well, make sure you follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Mastodon, I don't know.
X used to be Twitter.
X used to be Twitter. Whatever it is, you'll find us. Just Google it. It'll be fine. And there's another show in 5 minutes' time. We'll see you all then. Bye.